Hello. So I told you guys that I would give you a bit of insight about my side of Mike's addiction story. It's not an easy road, and there was a lot of ups and downs, and there's still ups and downs. But I think the most important thing that I found, which I'm not a doctor, I'm not trained in this, all I am is a wife of a man who is addicted to pain pills when it comes to this subject. And it's what I did. So the very first thing that happened when he told me is I told him I needed a minute. So I went for a walk. And I had to make a choice. I had to decide, could I stay? And if you want to hear the rest, go to YouTube. And you'll see this in full video. It was a hard choice. But my biggest fear was that he would die and I wouldn't be there for him. That I would watch someone who had been my best friend for years go through a struggle without me. So what I said to him after I'd gone for a walk was, I'm not going to worry about my emotions right now. I'm just going to make sure you survive. And that's a tough thing to do. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can separate the two. But I think because Mike and I had a business and a personal relationship for so long, it was a lot easier for me to separate different emotions and different things happening in my life. Because I couldn't deal with everything at first. Nobody can. Nobody can go with their emotions, their pain, their betrayal, their finances, and then on top of that, our job and all the mornings that I packed his suitcase for him because he didn't feel like going. Nobody can deal with all of that at once. So I chose not to. I chose to focus on one thing, and that thing was keep him alive. Make sure that my husband stayed alive. This human being stayed alive, because at that point he wasn't my husband or my friend or anything else. All he was a human being. So my humanity kicked in, and I decided that I was going to just keep him alive. That day was crazy. Like, people talk about, they find out that their significant other is cheating, or they find out that they have an illness, or they find out that they're going to have some life-changing experience. And I just remember being angry that he wasted my time. Anger. That's the only emotion that I really had when he first told me. It's just, that's my time. Those are some of the best years of my life, when I'm young and working on my career, and you took those years and spent them in a haze? How dare you? So he told me in the car, driving to go get lunch when we were in Orlando, Florida. We were supposed to go to Universal Studios. He told me he didn't have the money to go. I was confused because I didn't realize what could he have possibly spent our entire check on, or his entire check on. And we just fought. I went to the gym that morning. He was supposed to be ready when I came back to go to Universal Studios. He wasn't ready. And I sat, and he didn't come down for another hour and a half while I sat in the lobby of the hotel. It was right after the Mae Young Classic. I was all amped up on women empowerment and just these incredible matches. So it was like hitting a brick wall when he's not ready to go. He's telling me that money's gone, and I was done. I had already talked to a few divorce counselors, divorce attorneys. I talked to my psychiatrist. I had already started making the path to getting out of this relationship. And so I finally said to him, you have to tell me what's going on, because I think maybe we don't belong together anymore. And we kept driving. It was on the way to Panera. And he says, I think I have a problem. And my world stopped. I think I have a problem. And then he said, I don't want to die. And then he said, I'm addicted to pain pills. And I honestly don't believe that it was me saying that I was going to leave him that made him decide that this was when he was going to get clean. I don't believe in that. I don't think that you change for anybody. I think you change for yourself. And I think that's the only way it should be. If you change for somebody else, if that person leaves, then you're left high and dry. So no matter what it is, if you're wanting to get into shape, or if you're getting off pain pills, or whatever it is, don't do it for someone else. Do it for yourself. And I honestly believe he was tired of the secret. He was tired of being afraid that he was going to die every time we went on the road. He was afraid that I would find out that he had been hiding these pain pills. And so he said that. I went for my walk. I decided I was going to try and keep him alive. And checked into the hotel. He gave me his phone. He gave me his iPad. And then I took him to the emergency room because he was starting to get the jitters. And I was worried about withdrawals. But my whole point in all of this video is that you as an individual have to make a decision for yourself as the person that is with an addicted person. It doesn't matter what they're addicted to. Are you willing to stay? And can you stay? What I mean by can you is, if it is going to destroy your life to help this person that is addicted, then you're not going to be the person that this addicted addict can lean on. You're going to have to find a team. So make that decision first. And then go through the paces after that. At least that's what I did. I had to decide. I ended up taking him to the emergency room that night. And we went through withdrawals all weekend together. And I'll continue my story later. But I think, if anything, that anybody that's going through this right now can take away from this is, first thing you got to do, decide what you can handle, decide if you want to stay, and then decide if you can put your emotions on the back burner to help this person live. Good luck out there.